How people treat you is their karma. How you react is yours. Wayne Dyer. Don't react, respond instead. Today, I discuss the importance of practicing patience. Hello, hello, hello. You are listening to the Manifest on Purpose show. I am your host, Kimbaley. My purpose is to help you elevate your consciousness so that you can live a purpose filled life. Thank you so much for stopping by, sharing your time and energy today. Thank you for all of those that you have invited. I am greatly appreciative of that. Thank you for subscribing here and on the website at Kimbaley, KIMBALEY.com. Just in case you're wondering, nothing has changed about the way I feel about you. The God in me loves the God in you. How do you deal with experiences in your life? Do you tend to react, or are you one that loves to respond? We're going to talk about that today, but before we get into that, let's hear today's numerology forecast courtesy of Astro-Numerologist LLoyd Strayhorn and the A Star 8 app. It is Monday, December the 4th. The sun is in Sagittarius, the moon is in Virgo. It's a 1 universal month, an 11 universal week, and a 5 universal day. The better you organize your day, the better important and meaningful opportunities are likely to come your way. Knowing that it's about dotting your I's and crossing your T's, and yet allow for a little wiggle room for those just in case moments where things may not go as planned. Gemini, Virgo, Aquarius, Leo, and those born on the 4th, 5th, 13th, 14th, 22nd, 23rd, and 31st of the month, your best approach to success is to think outside of the box. Once again, that is the Astro-Numerology forecast for today, courtesy of Astro-Numerologist LLoyd Strayhorn. You can get your forecast every single day. Download the A Star 8 Numerology app on Google Play or at the App Store. You can also find it at A Star 8, ASTAR, the number 8.com, or on Linktree/numbers and you. Now back to the show. My preferred way of handling a situation is through responding. Let me give you an example of that. I love beach trips for my birthday. That's no secret. My favorite location is Virginia Beach. I love this beach location so much because I grew up there, and so it kind of feels like home to me. Here's a part of the story that may confuse you a little bit. While I love the beach trips, I'm not a fan of the beach. I like to watch the beach from a distance. So when I have a beach trip, I prefer to have an oceanfront room where I don't have to be all in the sand or all in the water, but I can admire the beauty from above. So you can say a beach trip is not really a beach trip to me if I can't get an oceanfront room. Because my birthday is in August, which is considered to be peak season for the beach, I have a challenge sometimes finding an oceanfront room. That was the case a couple of years ago when I decided to go. I waited until the last minute to book my room. And of course, there were no oceanfront rooms available. Yes, I was disappointed, but I still wanted to go anyway. So I did. But on the day of check in, I got an even bigger surprise. I found out when I went to check in that they booked my room to someone else. They told me that there were no other rooms available. I was really disappointed at this point because, first of all, I couldn't even get the oceanfront room that I wanted. And even the room that I did book was now booked to someone else. My first thought was, what am I going to do? As I'm sure you can imagine, I was pretty upset by this time. I was assured that they would seek a solution for the problem, but I also was told, don't get your hopes up too high because all of our rooms are currently booked out. I decided to calm down for a moment as the staff was trying to find a room for me. I decided that no matter what the outcome would be, I would practice patience. But on the inside, I really knew that I wanted to give them a piece of my mind. The longer I waited, the more I seemed to calm down. In due time, the manager came down to see me personally. The manager did offer an apology for which I was grateful for, but I guess the manager kind of seen in my eyes like, what happens next? What am I supposed to do now? That's when the manager let me know I had been upgraded. Not only was I getting an oceanfront room, but that room was upgraded to a suite. Once again in my life, patience paid off. For much of my life, I've noticed that in the eyes of those that I have and still deal with, a look that says, why is she so slow? I like to take my time, especially when I speak or make decisions. Not that I'm trying to irritate anyone, it's just that over the years, I've noticed that I always get better results when I respond instead of reacting. Just in case you didn't know, there is a difference in those two words, a big difference. A reaction is emotion based. A response is when you are patient enough to push past your emotions and think. Think about that for a moment. In fact, I think that that statement is worth repeating. A reaction is emotion based. That means that you make a choice on how you feel in that moment, while a response is totally different. A response is when you are patient enough to push past those emotions, the way you feel, and begin to think. How many times have you missed out on something important, a big opportunity, because you could not be patient long enough to think things through? How many opportunities have you missed due to your impulsiveness? When you take time to think things over, you make better decisions, open up the door for opportunities, and you can build powerful relationships along the way. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't feel this way. Some people feel that the only way to get what they want is to apply pressure. For example, I remember when I was a young person starting my career, putting in different job applications. A lot of people would try to advise me on getting the jobs that I wanted. They would say that in order for you to get the job, you had to continue to call the employer and check on your application. I never followed that advice. I always figured if they wanted me, then they would call me. Just be patient. Many years after the fact, I asked my sister, who just happens to be working in HR, about it because I was just curious at that point. I asked her, is she more likely to hire someone that calls to check up on their application? She told me what I believed to be true anyway. She said, to be honest with you, a person, especially one that calls over and over again, no, I don't call that person back because I don't have time to continue to answer the phone all the time, and it gives an indication of what type of employee they will be once they start working for you. So I guess the saying is true. Pressure can bust pipes. Something else that happens when you react is you affect your ability to apply logic and reason. And in most cases, because most people don't want to deal with a hothead, you also close the door to any opportunity that you may have had in the first place. Remember this: whenever you react or make a choice based on your emotions, those are never going to be your best choices. Responding instead of reacting is only a matter of patience. Slow down, take your time, discover what emotions you are feeling and why. Think about what's happening and what would be the best solution for it all. Can you imagine what would have happened to me if I went up in that hotel acting like a fool? Well, I can. I'm sure after I made that scene, they probably would have put me off the property. My birthday vacation would have been over. But fortunately, I practiced something that I have been using over the years that has been successful for me. I practiced patience. I held back the urge to react when things went wrong because I know sometimes people have misunderstandings, miscommunication, or sometimes people just don't know any better. I stepped back for a moment. I thought about what I was feeling and why. I also thought about possible solutions or possible outcomes. And while I was doing this, to my surprise, they were behind the scenes working things out all along. The way I responded said it all. They felt bad for the mistake that they made, and they corrected it. Not only did I get more than what I bargained for, I paid a whole lot less too. There may be times when you yourself may be challenged. And I suggest to you to simply resist the urge to react. To react is to make choices based upon the emotions that you're feeling in the moment. The emotions create an illusion for the choice that you are about to make, which can close the door to other opportunities in your life. Instead of reacting, you should respond. You should take your time. Be patient. Take a step back and assess how you feel and why, and think of possible solutions to ensure that you are making the best choice possible. Don't worry about the other people involved. How people treat you is their karma. How you react to it is yours. Wayne Dyer. Respond instead of react. Practice patience. I love you to life. This is how you manifest on purpose.